Hello, my name is Laura Worden, and today my team and I will be presenting on the topic of generative AI. On our team we have Wilma Damian, Daniel Connors, Bliss Wood, Hansford Sasser, and myself. AI technology has the potential to revolutionize various industries and enhance human creativity, but it also raises ethical concerns. In this presentation, we will explore how generative AI works, its applications, advantages, ethical considerations, and counterarguments to gain a better understanding of its impact on society. In a world where technology continues to advance at an exponential rate, artificial intelligence stands out as one of the most fascinating and promising fields of innovation. One of these areas of AI research is generative AI, which has been making waves in the creative industries by offering new possibilities for artistic expression and innovation. So what is generative AI? It's basically like having a magic genie in a bottle, but instead of granting wishes, it creates things like art, music, and even literature. It's also capable of simulating complex events, predicting outcomes, and producing realistic content that rivals human creativity. The influence of generative AI on contemporary culture is substantial. The ability to produce innovative, high-quality material rapidly and cost-effectively could have far-reaching effects across a variety of industry sectors. As the field of AI continues to grow, generative AI is primed to emerge as a dominant force that will revolutionize how we view creativity and innovation. But how does this magic work? Well, let me tell you about machine learning and neural networks. Think of it like teaching a toddler how to recognize objects. First, we show them a picture of a dog and say, "Dog." Then we show them another picture of a dog and ask, "What's this?" Eventually, the toddler learns to recognize dogs on their own. In the same way, neural networks are trained on a large amount of data to learn how to create something new. Generative AI works on a simple principle of two neural networks, the generator network and the discriminator network. The generator network creates new data based on the input it receives from a dataset, while the discriminator network evaluates whether the generated data is real or fake. These two networks work together in a process called adversarial training, where they are trained on large data sets until the generator can create realistic data that can fool the discriminator. The result is that we can generate new data that has similar characteristics to the original data set. Let's look at an example of how generative AI works in image generation. The generator takes an input image and creates a new one based on it. The discriminator then evaluates whether the image is real or fake. It's like a game of spot the difference, but with computers. And the more they play, the better the generator gets at creating realistic images. The text generation is another area where generative AI has been applied successfully. By training on large data sets of text, such as books or articles, generative adversarial networks, or GANs, can generate coherent paragraphs or even entire articles that resemble human-written content. Another cool application of generative AI is in music composition. The generator takes an input melody or chord progression and creates a new piece of music based on it. It's like having your own personal composer on demand. This technology has been used to create original compositions for movies and video games, and it's just the beginning of what's possible. Generative AI is a fascinating field that has the potential to transform industries from music to film, literature to journalism, and more. The possibilities are endless, and it's exciting to think about the future possibilities in this technology. According to recent research, the global generative AI market was valued at $10.79 billion in 2022. It's projected that this market will experience a compound annual growth rate of 27%, which is expected to result in a staggering increase to $118 billion in 2032. This growth rate is driven by several factors, including increasing demand for AI-powered solutions across various industries and rising investments in research and development to improve generative AI technology. There are numerous benefits to generative AI, spanning from its ability to boost creativity and innovation to its potential to increase production efficiency and cost effectiveness. One of the significant advantages is its ability to generate new and innovative ideas that humans may have not considered. Its algorithms can analyze vast amounts of data and extract patterns and insights that can be used to create new and original concepts. Additionally, it can be used to generate new product designs or improve existing ones, providing companies with a competitive edge in the market. Another advantage of generative AI is its efficiency in production processes. Traditional product methods require a significant amount of time and resources to create a product, from designing a prototype to manufacturing. Generative AI can automate many of these processes, reducing the time and resources required to produce a product. Finally, generative AI can also provide cost-effective benefits, particularly when it comes to content creation. By automating many of the design and production processes, generative AI can reduce the need for manual labor and expensive materials, leading to significant cost savings. It can also identify inefficiencies and streamline processes to minimize waste, further reducing costs.
One of the areas where generative AI has been making waves is in the creative industries. From art to music to literature, AI is being used to create new and exciting content. Generative AI applications can create novel artworks, music pieces, or literature that have never been seen or heard before, which can be a valuable tool for artists and creators looking to stand out. AI can help automate the creation process and generate new content quickly, which can be useful for companies that need to produce a high volume of creative output. AI can create content that is tailored to an individual, based on preferences and interests. This can be useful for companies looking to create personalized marketing materials, or for musicians who want to create music that resonates with their audience. AI can facilitate collaboration between humans and machines, allowing artists and creators to explore new creative possibilities and push the boundaries of what is possible. AI can help artists and creators explore new creative territories by offering new tools and techniques that can inspire new ideas and directions. To use this technology effectively, a human would need to enter a prompt into the generative program for it to create content. That being said, creative input generates creative output. That's where a prompt engineer is born into the professional world. Once the content is generated, it will need to be evaluated and edited by a human. Prompts could then be sold to achieve a desired outcome. Generative AI has become a hot topic in the world of creative artists. It's a tool that artists can use to explore new possibilities. A great example is this image exhibited by Jason Allen, who won the digitally manipulated photography contest at the Colorado State Fair using Midjourney's image generator. Jason proclaims he spent over 80 hours and 900 versions fine-tuning his work with both AI and traditional editing tools. Other image generation tools, such as DALL-E 2, are also being used in marketing and advertising to enhance visualizations. Retail companies and toy makers are using the technology for new designs as well. As we all know, music is a universal language that can connect people across cultures and generations. At the same time, generative AI has the ability to create and inspire us in ways that we never thought possible. Together, AI can be used to create original pieces of music by analyzing existing music and generating new melodies and harmonies. This can be useful for composers who are looking for inspiration or that want to create music in a particular style or genre. It can also be used to create arrangements of existing music by generating new versions with different instruments, tempo, or other musical parameters. AI has also become a popular tool in the music production field to create new sounds and textures. As of recently, Spotify has released AI DJ by OpenAI to create personalized music recommendations based on a user's listening history and preferences. AI can also be used to create visual representations of music by analyzing the rhythm and melody of a song and generate a corresponding visualization that can be used in music videos or advertising. Overall, generative AI has the potential to revolutionize the music industry by enabling new forms of creativity, personalized recommendations, and innovative production techniques.
Writers are beginning to use generative AI writing tools to create surprisingly compelling stories. These tools are becoming more prevalent, and many authors are using them to streamline their writing process and generate ideas. AI writing tools like GPT-4, Copy AI, and Jarvis AI are leading the charge and have gained widespread popularity in recent years. According to a report by Reuters, the company ChatGPT has launched AI-written ebooks on Amazon, showcasing the potential for AI to create entirely new works of literature. This development has caused a stir in the literary world, with some questioning the role of AI in creative writing. As AI writing tools become more advanced, we can expect to see even more creative applications in the field of literature, such as personalized book recommendations and interactive storytelling experiences. It's clear that generative AI has much to offer the world of literature and is an exciting area to watch as the technology evolves.
Generative AI is quickly becoming a key asset in the healthcare industry. One of the areas where it has shown great promise is in drug discovery. By analyzing large data sets, AI can identify new compounds that may have potential therapeutic benefits. One example is DeepMind's protein structure program, called AlphaFold, which is a predictive model used to generate 3D images of proteins based on their genetic sequences. AlphaFold impressed the world of science when it correctly predicted nearly all 200 million protein structures that are known to exist in the universe of proteins. AlphaFold's success is contributing to the research of rare diseases and future medicine. Additionally, AI is being used to analyze medical images and identify potential health issues before they become more serious. It's become a popular tool to predict lung cancer, breast cancer, prostate cancer, and the regrowth of tumors. The AI program called Sybil has been trained on 6 years of lung scans and is scientifically recognized for its strong test results on predicting lung cancer for over 6 years. Currently, researchers are also testing AI in mobile ultrasound devices to detect early stages of breast cancer or maternity without a sonographer. Another area where generative AI is being used is in the gaming industry. AI can be used to create non-playable characters, also known as NPCs, and game environments. By analyzing player behavior, AI can create NPCs that behave more realistically and dynamically. AI is also used to create game environments that are more immersive and interactive, which contributes to making the game's world feel more distinct from our own. For game developers, AI will become an important tool for making content creation more accessible for those with big ideas.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Hansford Sasser, and I'll be going over the next 4 slides, which are going to include applications of generative AI in education, and then I'm going to go on to ethical concerns. But to start with generative AI as it applies to education, this is a newer space with AI, which does not have, regrettably, a lot of data tracking it at the moment because it is a newer space, but it does provide opportunity as a growing sector. As of right now, the Stanford Accelerator for Learning and Stanford Institute for Human Centered Artificial Intelligence is currently inviting proposals to basically go forward with this sector and try to generate ideas within the sector. As of right now, they're currently looking for subsets, which are going to include early childhood learning and development, learning differences and future of special education, equity in learners, and workforce learning. So this is currently what Stanford is looking for, but there's also quite a bit of extra pros, which can be listed as helpful, and those are generally going to be to go ahead and generate study questions as pertains to the particular student. It should be able to create study plans is something that they're looking into and engage in any type of interactive learning. Some of the cons, basically that it is going to be the main con, which is going to apply to education, is kind of a going theme with a con for generative AI in general. It's just going to be limited to the creator of the AI, which is going to put a right and a left limit on what it can possibly do. That being said, I appreciate your time, and we'll now go on to ethical concerns. So to touch on this slide, it's just going to be ethical concerns of generative AI employment opportunities. Essentially, it's just going to have to do with employment. With the emergence of artificial intelligence, tasks and processes have the chance of being automated by AI systems, which could result in the displacement of humans in the workplace. Customer service representatives are starting to see that increasingly. Since when you get greeted by a bot asking you what the problem is and talking to you, then having to be directed to a human to get things fixed. Programmers can also start to see a change in their field since AI can also generate codes, resulting in a decrease of human need for coding in technological industries. Technological jobs may be at the greater risk for replacement of AI since it can do just as much, if not more than what humans can do in a faster time period. Going back to the topic of deep fakes though, just real quickly, if someone had a deep fake made of them depicting or of them being depicted in a bad light, it could just hinder jobs from hiring them, or they could even possibly lose their job due to this. So the last big ethical concern is going to be personal privacy. Personal privacy is at risk when it comes to generative AI as well. While it does not seem like it, generative artificial intelligence can create convincing and realistic sounding or looking social engineering attacks. Just some of these examples would be phishing in emails or phone calls, leading people to give out sensitive information such as login credentials, financial information, and other such personally identifiable information. On top of that, it could also be used to trick someone into downloading malware, harming their laptop or computer, and just risk the chance of being hacked and scammed in general.
Machine learning bias has become a concern in recent years as it can perpetuate and even amplify existing societal biases. Prejudicial bias refers to the tendency of algorithms to discriminate against individuals based on race, gender, or ethnicity. Sampling bias arises when the data used to train machine learning models is not representative of the population, leading to skewed or inaccurate predictions. Algorithmic bias occurs when the AI system itself is biased because of the way it's programmed or because of the data used to train it. Confirmation bias is also a prevalent issue in machine learning, where the algorithms are designed to reinforce existing beliefs or assumptions rather than challenging them. These biases can have serious consequences, perpetuating inequality and discrimination and compromising the fairness and accuracy of machine learning models. However, it is possible and crucial to mitigate this as much as possible. One way is by diversifying data sources. This can help ensure that the data used to train these models is representative of the population and avoid sampling bias. Regularly auditing models can help detect and correct algorithmic bias and identify areas for improvement. We can also use people from diverse backgrounds in the model development process. And finally, data pre-processing techniques such as removing sensitive information can help reduce the impact of bias in the data itself. By implementing these measures, we can reduce the risk of these biases and ensure that they are fair, accurate, and beneficial for all. Considering all the applications of generative AI, some people express concern that this technology will replace human creativity. Some designers worry that relying too much on generative AI will lead to a loss of creative control, as the AI algorithms may limit the range of possibilities available to designers. Additionally, some worry that the use of generative AI in design could lead to a lack of individuality and homogenization of design aesthetics, as the algorithms tend to favor certain styles or features. However, there's a strong rebuttal against this concern. Despite the concerns, generative AI is a tool that can enhance human creativity rather than replace it. While AI systems can generate art, music, and other forms of creative output, they lack the ability to experience emotions or understand the nuances of human culture and society. Therefore, human creativity remains an essential component to the creative process. AI-generated content can serve as a source of inspiration for human creators. For example, an artist or musician can use AI-generated works as a starting point for their own creations, using the technology to explore new possibilities and push the boundaries of their own creativity. Human creativity is still necessary in order to inspire art with meaning and emotion. While AI systems can generate impressive technical feats, they lack the ability to understand the human experience and interpret in a way that resonates with audiences. Generative AI is a technology that has the potential to transform society, but it must be used responsibly to avoid negative consequences. With the proper safeguards in place, the benefits of this technology are numerous, and it can help humans to achieve new levels of creativity and productivity that were previously impossible. It's essential that we continue to explore the potential of generative AI while remaining mindful of its impact on society. And to conclude our presentation, I'll leave you with this quote by Dave Waters. If Elon Musk is wrong about artificial intelligence and we regulate it, who cares? If he's right about AI and we don't regulate it, we will all care.